So I have to swatch these bad boys. I haven't even opened them yet. They still have the plastic on. I'm just going to swatch them all out really, really fast and just get like very first impressions. So on the desk, I have my 24 set, which I've had for a couple of years. And then I've got these brand new colors here in their boxes, not even opened yet. 24 on one, 24 on the other to make up the entire new 72 range. I'm very excited. This is a lot of pencils. So many beautiful pinks here and greens, and this blue looks really nice too. I'm going to use my Pith sketchbook. I'm going right to the back and I'm just going to swatch everything here really quick in a little circle. So let's start with my old ones. I want to put everything in the center here so we can kind of see the nucleus, I guess, of the Derwent Drawing family. We can kind of see the first ones that came out. I think these ones were very earthy. They were for landscape, I believe, mainly. I've had them for a few years. I think I got them for Christmas one year. I never really go for them. Oops, that one broke. I never seem to go for these pencils. I always seem to go for the luminance. But I do really love these pencils. I think the colours are really beautiful, muted. And now that we have another range, maybe I'll use them more. Well, I mean, I'm definitely going to try and use them more as soon as I bought them. Now that there's more of a range, because a lot of these colours are quite dull, and you guys know that I love colour. So even though I do love a muted colour palette like this, I really am excited for the new colours. These are the OGs. We're going to move on, and I'm just going to kind of work my way through and draw around. All right, I'm just going to do this. I can figure it out later. I can't stand having things in boxes like that. The plan is to swatch them all out like this, just so I can see what colours I like. The thing I find about the Derwent pencils, to start with, was the colours are very samey. So like, for example, this colour and this colour, one's a little bit lighter, one's a little bit darker. But it's very difficult to see kind of what the colours are going to be without swatching them. Like, look at this. This colour here is basically that colour. I don't even know. I don't think you guys need all 72. It's maybe a little bit overkill. It could possibly be coming from me saying that is kind of strange. A lot of these colours are very similar. Sometimes it's just really difficult to figure out what colours it is when it's like just in a pencil pot. All these greys are very similar. They're very beautiful. Everything's very muted. I mean, I don't know if I was expecting like a really bright colour palette. But this is lovely. You know, I think this would be a really nice... I think this would be really nice to put it with a lot of bright colours. So you could have like a muted colours. You could have a muted colour palette just from the Derwent Drawing pencils. And then you could have pops of colour like for neons or bright blues, bright reds, things like that. So that's the first set done. Gorgeous. Let's move on. These ones here are lots of yellows and pinks. So, and the ones that we just did were lots of greens and greys and blues. All right, let's just tip these out. Does anyone else do this? I can't stand having things in the boxes. Look at that blue. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes, that's a nice one. I think there's going to be some really beautiful colours in this. And I haven't seen any other videos of anyone else. I wanted to keep this a nice surprise just for me. So I haven't watched any swatching videos from anyone. Let me know if you have been binging Derwent Drawing pencil videos. I think when I did my comment, when I did my post the other day and I asked, someone said that they have been watching all the videos. So let me know if when a new supply comes out, do you guys do that? Do you like to just watch everything, or do you like to keep it a little secret just for yourself? This really is a beautiful set of colours. As you're bringing in the brighter colours now, you can see more variety. So it's not just all grey. Like these were the original colours, remember? Just these very grey ones. There wasn't a single blue. I mean, there was kind of this blue, which is the one I use the most, but that was that colour. It's still grey. Like this, that's a blue. Can I draw just in pencil? I thought I'd be filling the page up, but maybe I need to just do my swatches bigger. This is a nice little patchwork of colours though. And there we go, all the colours. All 72, doesn't look like that many, does it? Colours that are standing out to me right now, this green, love a grassy green. This blue looks really beautiful as well. Like this pink here. There's a lot of really nice colours in the new colour set, like these blues, some lovely reds that we haven't had. Even this green here is really nice actually, like a pine green. All the swatches are done. I put them in my swatch book. I kind of did them in the order that I found them on the Derwent website. So these are the old ones, and then these are the new ones. But tell me why I'm so frustrated that this ochre is so out of place. Why is it not with the yellows? I'm a rule follower, so I did it exactly how they had on their website, named them all, and I love this. Seeing all the swatches like this together in a little family, like look how happy they are. Seeing them like this, I don't know. It's nice for reference, I guess, but it's not the most interesting thing to me. But I'm going to leave everything up on the screen for you so you can see it. Using a pencil pot as a microphone, because why not? Several days later, actually almost a whole week later, I have been procrastinating heavily because drawing with pencils is hard. They're so much fun to swatch. They're hard to draw with on their own, but I'm going to try. Look at all these beautiful colours. So we're going to paint some mushrooms. I've been through all the videos and the photos from the weekend. There's lots of lovely mushrooms to draw. Also, there was like a really beautiful feather, which I forgot which bird it was from. I think a pheasant. And some lovely leaves, some trees. So I'm just going to do a few like panels on the page. Keep it super chill. And if I am struggling, I'll just put some faces on things because that always makes me happy. So let's get to it. Let's draw some mushrooms with our new pencils. Let's start off with something fairly simple, I think. A little oval like this. It might take a while for my hands to warm up. I don't want to do anything too crazy. I actually drew mushrooms a long time ago, just with pencil. And my style was a lot different back then. I was still stylized, but I was trying to be more realistic, I guess. I'm just going to see how they work together, I guess. There's just so many beautiful colours. It almost feels a shame to use paint or something. I'm just picking these super at random. I'm just trying to kind of fit the vibes of the mushroom there. There's so many colours to choose from and they all kind of look the same. I don't know if I want to put faces on them yet. I kind of do. So let's give them, and also this would be good to see how the pencils layer on top. And we'll give them a little nose. I wonder what the brightest pink is. No, that is not very bright. There's a red. Maybe we can give them a red cheek. There's not a neon pink, unfortunately. I don't know if the faces were a bad idea now. Oh, one sad mushroom, one happy mushroom. Or maybe we can give them all little frames. That might be nice. Let's try a little bit of kind of like negative painting. So if we go through and I colour all in green to start with. The thing I like about these pencils, they're nice and chunky. I feel like you can cover a lot of ground with them. And we started with all the pencils in the pot, so by the end we'll see how many pencils are left in the pot. I'm going to take all the ones out that I used and put them on the desk. Maybe we can try and use all 72 of them on this page. That could be fun. They don't really seem to blend on top of each other very well. Like you can see there where the pencils kind of formed a barrier and the other pencil can't go over it very well. Which is interesting. I'm not really much of a blender myself. But let's see what this is going to be like. So I kind of wanted to take a dark colour. Maybe we'll take a dark green here. And I kind of wanted to like do negative kind of space. So if we draw like little shapes in here, like there could be leaves or little pebbles or like shafts of light or something. I'm just making this up. Just in case you thought this was hyper realistic. If the mushroom faces haven't given me away yet, this is not going to be realistic. I'm barely looking. I'm actually not looking at the picture at all. So maybe we'll do something like this. I'm going to see how it starts. So I'm just colouring in around the little shapes there. And I might use some other colours as well. Like some other darker greens. This one's like a black. Okay, so the dark ones kind of do seem to go over pretty well. Maybe that yellow was just like a really, really strong colour. Like a really waxy, strong colour. I'm going to carry on with this and I'll pop back when I've done all of the background. I'm basically just doing this. I'm just going to take some other random colours, like 2 or 3 colours. So this one's like a brown. And I'm just going to go around and colour in the whole background. I tried to make the eyes white with a white pencil, but I just smeared it in. So I'm just gonna go around and do the all classic scallop. Is this a scallop when you do this? Like a little ruffle around the frame. I'm gonna do that all the way around to maybe make it look a bit more presentable. I don't know. And then we're gonna move on. But so far, these pencils are nice. They kind of work in like how you expect a pencil would, I guess. Some of the colours are a little bit harder to blend in, like the lighter colours. But the blacks and the darks, dark blues, dark greens, etc. going pretty well. And this is definitely not what I would normally draw like. I always feel weird when I make one of these material videos and I don't draw like how I would. I mean, I have, but it's, you know, it's not like what I normally would draw. Maybe we'll try and do the next one a little bit different. It's going to be a bit bigger because we're going to do a tree. So there's like a little bit of stuff here. And then there's a tree in the center. So if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that I'm struggling with trees lately. I'm just going to do the branch? No, what's this thing called? The trunk first. And I think this is it's a birch tree, but is it a downy or is it a silver? One of the birch trees, the leaves, the branches droop down, and one of the birches, the branches go up. That's how you can tell the difference. Which is which? Who knows? Who knows? If there's any arborists, tree experts out there, let me know. I'm just remembering what I read in a book once. So the nice golden yellow leaves. In this photo, it doesn't look very, very golden, but some of the trees that we saw in the forest were really, really beautiful, and they had these lovely golden leaves. So I'm going to do that, and then we might have to draw around the leaves, because I was going to do the background first, but then I thought, wait a minute, if I do the background first, I won't be able to go over with the yellow. Or would I? I don't know. Let's leave some spaces around and we'll try and go over again. So the white pencil, this is Arctic. That's not the white one. This is Oyster, again, not the white pencil. I have a white pencil in here somewhere. I'm almost certain of it. So I don't think this is going to work if we go over. It's just going to smear it in. It kind of works, actually. There is a little bit of white showing up here. It's not like super bright in your face, but I think that's enough to kind of see the birchiness of it. So behind is hills, which I'm going to do a little bit dusky blues and greens because they've gone into the background. And actually one of these colours was called, this one here, distant green, which I thought was really cool because as the hills or the land goes away into the background, it gets lighter and less saturated. So I thought that was kind of cool because this one's like distant green, but then there are other ones that were greens that you could use in the foreground or the midground. I thought that was kind of cool. Some of the names were fun too, like names after trees. So there was a spruce green. I don't know what other greens there were, but there was like earth brown, things like that. Maybe one day I could draw the thing that the pencil was talking about. I think we have to put some some lines in. So let's get a darker green here, and we'll do like the hedgerows in the background. And then there were also some forest. There's some like forest sections in the distance. And the sky was basically grey. I'm just doing some clouds here, I guess, stripy clouds. And I can't be bothered to like draw in between everything, so I'm just going over stuff. And this texture here is quite interesting when it like smudges through, and it makes it look like kind of like a rainy, like someone's just smeared it with rain or something. I don't know. That's just an interesting texture, I guess. I just feel a little bit out of my depth. I was thinking just a second ago when I was not filming and just drawing, I was thinking, oh God, am I going to have to do a whole page like this? Like, but you know, I have free will. I can do whatever I want. And I think I'm going to do another couple on this page. And then I'm going to draw some faces, or I'm going to not do colouring in. I'm going to do something different on the other page, because drawing like this is just weird. I'm not going to colour everything, and I'm going to keep it like this. I was going to tell you guys, I was going to keep it like that because I thought it looked better, but I'm just being lazy. I'm just being lazy. I'm gonna fill it in a little bit. I was like, oh, it's like abstract. Oh, I'm doing abstract art now. But no, I was just being lazy. I mean, I don't hate this. Actually, this is fun. Maybe I just do some like other twigs. There are some like little branches and stuff. I think when you do a scene like this, or I mean, when I do a scene, I shouldn't say everyone, but I feel like I just need so much detail. I need more detail. Everything needs to be so chaotic. It probably doesn't need to be, but I feel like it should. What colour is this? Ooh, wheat. There's no wheat in the image. Oh, look at this. It makes this like, if you guys are pencil artists, how do you guys combat this? Do you asking for a friend, not myself, because I don't really care, but I assume this would annoy some people if there's like a little bit of dark pencil or a different colour, and then you rub it in and it kind of ruins the background or wherever you're drawing. Let's do some birds. There's no faces in this picture, which is really sad. And then one last thing I wanted to try on this page was to take this yellow again, which we were using for the branches, and put it in an area where there's already pencil. So maybe like here, and see, and actually, you know, it does go over quite nicely, so that's not bad. Very nice. This is the pencil pot situation. We've got about half of them that we need to use. So I'm going to try and use some of these colours. And we're going to do a little mushroom, and it's kind of like a funky one. It's got this, I don't even know how to draw it actually. Maybe I should try and draw it like here. Oh guys, I wasn't filming any of this. How disappointing. Look, I'm sure you didn't miss anything exciting. I was basically talking about Caran d'Ache, because I was saying how with these new pencils here, I really need to use them now that I have 72 of them. In the past, I've just kind of ignored everything else for my wonderful and beautiful Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils. But I've been thinking about doing this challenge for a while where I don't use any Caran d'Ache for like a month. And that means everything, like the entire family of Caran d'Ache I'm not allowed to use. So that's the neo colours, the pastels, the fleur pencils that I love, the neon pencils. I really do disregard my other materials, and I have a lot of them, and a lot of them are really lovely. Like these pencils are really nice. One thing I would say, I have noticed about these pencils, I'm not very good with the whole, is it hard, is it soft, what's it made of? I never really take any of that information in, but the feeling of the pencil, I guess I can take in. And these pencils always feel very soft, and the luminance is my preferred texture. The way that feels is my favourite. The whole thing about doing mixed media is that you can mix your media, so I should take advantage of that, right? Anyway, this is this fluffy girl. I'm trying to use all the colours up in the pot, so I'm kind of running out of colours. I've got this many now. None of them are actually mushroom coloured. I'm going to give her some lines, like a stripy face. And then I'm going to give her her stripes. This is probably the wrong colour. And I'm going to give her some fluffy lines here, because it's kind of hard to tell it's fluffy. That doesn't look fluffy either, it looks spiky. But it'll do. Does she look like a cup? Maybe I can add a little bit of shading underneath. I like her eyes though. And I won't actually draw a thing around her because she's going to get in the way. So maybe I can just draw some like foliage or something. The grass. Perfect. A couple more gaps I can fill. One of them is going to be this really cool little feather. So this feather we found a whole bunch of feathers on the floor. I don't know if a bird was eaten by a fox or something, but there were a lot of feathers, but just feathers, nothing else. So maybe it was just molten. I don't know much about pheasants, but we looked it up and it was a pheasant feather. A dark black around it. I'm trying to find the black. There's so many colours on the table now. I'm getting a bit lost. Okay, so that's a feather. And then one last thing we got to do here, which I already know what I'm going to do. Let's make our last shape. Make it like a wobbly shape, maybe. And we did see one fairy mushroom, which I know is probably not the term for it, but it's one of the red mushrooms, and I do love these red mushrooms. I'm sure we all do. They're so cute. There was a place that we used to go to in the last place that we lived down south, and they had mushrooms there, but they used to get eaten a lot by the cows, so it was very difficult to see them. I have a couple of reds left. I'm really trying to use every single pencil on this one page, and I'm so close. I have this many pencils left. Some of these mushrooms may turn out a little bit weird, but I'm determined to use every colour. I've kept it very simple. You guys can probably tell I'm just super not into drawing with pencils. But look, we had to rip the bandage off. The bandage? We had to rip the band-aid off. We don't say band-aid in the UK, which is why I got really confused. You gotta rip that plaster off, guys. And we did it. We did the hard work, and now we can have fun. Right, what should we do for the frame? Should we just go simple? I'm never gonna become a frame designer, okay? That's not in the cards for me, so just let me have my fun. We did it. Oh, this doesn't have a face. Oh, shame. Okay, how about we just give him one? Give him a little simple face like this. Oh, he's so cute. I like him. A little page of forest items. Mushrooms, feather, a little birch tree. And, guys, on this page and on this table is every single one of the pencils, all 72, somehow managed to get onto this page. And I think it's because so many of these colours are similar and they just all blend together so perfectly. You wouldn't think that that was 72 colours here, would you? And I think on this page I'm going to draw a little character, something for Halloween, maybe a little witch or something, maybe a pumpkin. I'm going to have a look. Look, I found this cute little lady on Pinterest, and I think I can turn her into a witch. Let's just pick a colour and go for it. Let's pick a new one. Ooh, decisions. Let's go for this one. Spruce green. This is one of the pencils I was talking about earlier. So I was going to like draw it out nicely, you know, like, oh, here's the head, here's the body. But if I was doing a drawing session, I wouldn't do that. So I'm trying to just be myself, like I normally would, and try and pretend that I'm not on a video, which sometimes if I know I'm filming myself, I get a little bit self-conscious. So, oh, wait, she's a witch. Witches have really long noses, don't they? I know that's stereotypical, but it's fine. We can give her a long nose. And I give her like kind of sad eyes because maybe she doesn't want to be a witch anymore. Maybe the neighborhood kids are scared of her and they're just like, they run away when they see her. But she really wants some trick-or-treaters this year because she never gets trick-or-treaters. But they don't come to her house because they're too scared. So she's like a little bit sad. So maybe she went to the grocery store and she's gotten some new sweeties to try and lure the kids with. I mean, not lure them. Okay, maybe it's a little bit suspicious, actually. She's a little bit suspicious. But it's fine, we love her. I think we love her. I'm not sure, do we? Do some bags. Because, I don't know, I love drawing my characters with bags under the eyes. And we'll give her a little mouth. Do we have a nice pink for cheeks? We don't really have a nice, like, this one's quite nice. Yeah, that one's nice. Okay. And now I want to give her kind of like a hunched back like she has in the thing. But I also want to give her a big old hat. I can do both. Oh my god, there's so many colours. And they all look grey. Okay, calm down. A forest. Here we go. This is a nice one. We've got to give her a hat. That's the most important thing to make her look like a witch. And her hat's kind of like pointing the wrong way. That's fine. Maybe just a moon. No, I'll give her a star as well. And then I'll do a thing on her hat, so it's not just one colour. I'll try and bring in some of these like darker colours that will blend together. So it's not just one colour, but these colours are also kind of similar that I think will work. One thing I have noticed about these pencils, you know how earlier I was saying, oh, they're lovely and thick and they have so much coverage. Well, now I was thinking that's a bad thing, because it's really difficult to get into all the details because they go quite, like, they're very thick and they do go quite blunt because I think they're so soft. So you either got to sharpen them a lot, I guess, or not have a lot of detail. One or the other. Can you even tell that this is multiple colours? It's kind of hard to tell, I guess. It's nighttime as well, so we don't have the best lighting. So from now until March, I guess, it's going to be dark. It's going to be lighting like this. So we're going to work with what we have, you know? I quite like this little witch's hat. I think it's really cute. She doesn't have any hair. I think she should have Mars Violet shaded hair though, because that's my favourite, one of my favourite pencils in the old set. And I think it probably would still be one of my favourite pencils, even with all the new colours. But now we have the new colours, we can maybe add a little bit more variety to it, like this. Maybe she's got her tips tinted because she's got a secret boyfriend and she wants to impress him. Why is her boyfriend a secret? Because he's a frog. That's why. I did want her hunched over, but now I'm thinking maybe no. Maybe she has a cloak on. Okay, let's give her a cloak. Oh, where's the arm? Okay, she doesn't have a cloak, she has a coat. And the arm is like this. She's got a big sleeve, maybe. Okay, yes. Okay, it's going well. And then she's holding onto a... I don't understand how her hand would be holding it. 1 second, I gotta do it behind my back. Okay, so think of this would be like this. I want it to be a little, one of those baskets that you can get. I think you can get them in England as well. But they're like the Halloween pumpkin baskets. I'm looking for a very bright orange. Mars orange. And we have autumn leaf. Do we have an apricot maybe? Beautiful pumpkin basket that she's gonna fill up with sweets for the children. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, maybe she's trick-or-treating. She wants to go out and be a young again. So she's actually going out trick-or-treating. That's the story, I think. I'm looking for an orangey colour and I can't see one. There's lots of colours that are like this, which are kind of pale colours, but nothing orangey. This would be a great time to use the swatches. But unfortunately, I'm not using the swatches right now. I'm winging it. So we're just going to go for it and hope for the best. this is okay. It's kind of orangey. I don't know, I can't remember what they look like. Do they have a little, like a little smile? And then maybe like 2 teeth missing? Something like this. Sometimes I get really excited with drawing and I forget that I'm filming and everything goes off the page. But basically I was trying to say how I liked this sharp angle here. And I'm just going to put a little bit of yellow on. I figured, I know we don't have a bright orange, but this yellow does get quite bright. So maybe we could just brighten it up a little bit. It just seemed a bit dull. There we go. That's nice. I like that. All right, so our witch here, she's on her way trick-or-treating, as you do. She's got her cloak on. I forgot what colour this was, but they're all very similar, so I think we can just grab any old colour. It's kind of hard to do it. I think her nose is in the way. But I basically wanted to like show her arm like this. And it's holding onto her broomstick. Like that. I don't actually know how that works. We'll just do that though. And I don't actually know what this is. Like I know this is her coat. But I don't know where it would go, like behind her. This is the problem with not planning anything. I do quite like doing this though. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's a bit of a nightmare. We'll give her a high-waisted skirt. Why not? And I want her skirt. I want everything to be kind of like a triangle, like this. So yeah, I think that's fun. And then we'll do her legs. And we'll figure everything out after that. This foot is going to go up like this, I guess. And then this one will go this way. Honestly, this anatomy, I don't think, like if this is her waist and let's say her legs would go, they would come like this. It wouldn't come this angle. It's fine. It's a cartoon character, so it's not really an issue. Let's do her boots black. Maybe we can do her leggings bright yellow to match the pumpkin. I don't know if this is cliche. Having stripy leggings is probably very, very cliche. Maybe actually it would come behind like it's billowing out. Sometimes the more you add, the worse things get. That's okay. Let's just leave it like that. Maybe we should put a little cat. I think that would be so cute if we put a little, trying to come up with some colours. There's so many colours here and I think they all do go together, but at the same time, like they don't all go together. Maybe her top is dark forest and it has like a little cat face that's like half on, half off. Like this. We can colour the top in black, like this behind her. And that's her t-shirt. And then I think also she's going to need a belt to keep that skirt up. Because it's very high-waisted. I'm not a fashion expert, but I've just got a feeling that that skirt would fall down. If anyone dresses themselves and understands concepts like this, let me know, because I personally don't. And then I think lastly, I just want to colour in her skirt. I'm going to colour it in first, and then maybe we'll do a pattern over the top of it. And I'm going to do a similar thing that we did up here, where I'm just going to use like the same, like similar colours, and just kind of blend them into each other so it's not just one colour. Okay, this is a very interesting outfit. I don't know how comfortable I would feel wearing this out in public. Guys, let me know. Would you wear this in public? Is this like a good look? Or is this a fashion faux pas? I'm dying to know how right I got it. She's got her hand kind of weird like this. I kind of wanted it to be in front of her like this. So if I'm holding a broom in front of me, I guess you'd see like the thumb here. So maybe we should do this. It's like a magic broom. It can change angles. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Oh no. Look, it should have met up where her feet are and it doesn't. Okay, that's fine. We'll just do this. I have an idea, don't worry. Ta-da! I bet you didn't know I was going to do that, huh? Genius level. Maybe the broom can go in front of her. It looks kind of dumb, but I did it now. And then lastly, let's just do a pattern on her top. So I take like a lighter colour, and I'm just going to do kind of like knitted. I decided not to do it knitted. I decided to do it checkered because I forgot what knitted looks like and I messed it up. I think checkered is fine. Alright, so we've done her, and I think maybe we should just do a few little bits behind her so it kind of looks like she's in an environment. So I'm thinking of doing some trees behind her, spooky trees that kind of match her lean, like this. We'll also give her a floor, but also I want to do like a railing. They're all on the same level as her, which I don't think is very realistic. But I do like that. It just gives her a little bit of something. And then for the floor, maybe we'll just... Oh, look at this. Okay, it's the hill. It's going uphill. And not a problem. That's fine. So she's walking up and down hill. Okay, she's on her way to trick-and-treating. She's hoping that she meets some friends. I don't know how she's going to meet friends. Maybe she's going to run into like a werewolf or something and they're going to hit it off. Maybe they'll exchange sweets. Maybe she doesn't like Snickers because she's allergic to nuts. So she exchanges all of her Snickers for like Mars bar or something. And maybe we need more orange because it is autumn after all. So maybe there can be like leaves on the ground. Is that what a leaf looks like? Something like that. I've never seen a leaf in my life. I actually don't know what a leaf even looks like. Okay, I think this is fun. Now, do we need to do anything else? Maybe a little bit of shadow. Oh, she's so cute. I really like her actually. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that because otherwise I'm just gonna... This hand here doesn't look very good, but I'm gonna leave, and I'm not quite sure about her fashion sense, but that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna leave it here. So we did this page here of mushrooms, kind of like some weird doodles. I probably wouldn't normally draw like this if I wasn't testing a new material and showing it to you guys. And then this page here, which I actually really love, this little witch. I'm not quite sure of her fashion choices, but then again, I'm not the most fashionable, so what do I know? It's still currently October, so I'm using my October palette, which has only 3 Derwent Drawing pencils in, and I'm going to continue to use those for the rest of this month. But then next month in December, I'll probably try and dive a little bit deeper into the Derwent Drawing pencils and use all 72 colours, try and use them with mixed media as well, because I think I'm a bit more comfortable using things with like other media than just on their own. So maybe we can have like a part 2 where I'll just show you in a little vlog or something how I'm getting on with them. So that was my look at the new Derwent Drawing pencils. I really love them. A lot of colours, not a lot of bright colours, but I think they can be substituted from other brands. And yeah, they were really nice. So let me know if you're using them or if you want to grab them. I'm going to leave a link to the set online. It's an affiliate link, so if you do use it, it doesn't cost you anything, but just helps support me a little bit more. So if you want to grab some, use the link in the description. Let me know how you get on with them. And that's all for me, I guess. So have a lovely rest of your week, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.